What's up, everyone? Welcome to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron, and if it's your first time seeing one of my videos, I'd like to welcome my channel where we just chill and talk about all the things that we love or hate. And if there's anything you want me to do a review on, leave a comment below letting me know what it is, and I'll make it happen for you, especially this time of year where newer albums are a little bit more sparse, so I get more time to do requested stuff, even stuff from, like classic albums, which I'm going to be focusing on a little bit more over these next couple months. So if you got anything like something old, something you would consider to be like a classic metalcore album or death metal, whatever, leave a comment below because now is the time to make that happen. But for today, we're going to be checking out the new album Inertia by the band Super Pink Moon. Super Pink Moon is a post-hardcore shoegaze kind of doom metal band. It's just a mixture of that style of genres. He's from the Ukraine. This is the third studio album. They formed, I guess he created this band in 2019. It is a side project of Ihor. I'm going to try and say this last name. I'm going to completely butcher it. Prishalak. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced or not. He is the guitarist for the post-metal band Somali Yacht Club. The music from the two bands honestly don't really differ all that much. Super Pink Moon does have a little bit more experimentation and just different genres thrown into it. His last album, Iron Rain, was recorded around the time when Russia started to invade Ukraine. So his lyrics are very emotional and heartfelt surrounding the subject, while the music is has really just gorgeous melodies. It's such a pretty piece of music all the way through, has powerful atmospheres. This new album, though, has a little bit more of a glimmer of hope to it. It's about how, it's about how life can have an inertia to it, and it just continues moving until there's kind of a collision of sorts, or something happens to completely change your direction, change your plan. Ihor says that Inertia is his project, as is Super Pink Moon, something that he feels compelled to do without really having any relevance to it, which to me, when I first heard that, I was like, okay, so he didn't put too much time or care into this. But with what's going on his side of the world, I feel like what he's describing is having something that's familiar, something you can really hold on to, especially during these trying times, during, this chaos that's going on over there with war and destruction. I feel like humans kind of search out things to make them feel normal, something a little grounding, some familiarity. So this project is not only an inertia for him, something that he feels compelled to do. I feel like it's also something that just gives him that escape. The album opens up with the song Eventually. It starts off with a guitar part that makes you very eager for the drums to come in. And when they do, they're just as powerful as what you would expect, accompanied by a very fat bass. The vocal melody is beautiful and hypnotizing at the same time. It becomes even heavier and more sorrowful, though, about halfway through, thanks to the riff and the vocals. And about 3/4 of the way through, it completely changes gears with a really chunky riff while still maintaining the beauty of the glimmering lead guitar part. And then we have the song God Eater, which opens up with another fat bass line. A familiar guitar part, just sounds like something you've heard before. It drops out, though, for a drum and vocal driven verse. The chorus is almost soaring vocals. It just feels like they're held back just a little bit. And then there's a post-rock guitar trilling along in verse 2. It makes it feel like there's this continuous climb, a continuous buildup, the slow burn, but the fire's still going. The interlude has a really colorful synth and a riff that you could headbang to, and the guitar solo is super chill, very enjoyable, almost bluesy in a sense. Apex is rather dark and doomy, is joined by a lead guitar part that brightens things up just a little bit. The vocals bring it back down, though, being really just low and drony in presence. The chorus is definitely the peak of all of these qualities, with emotion feeling it's just an emotion of exhaustion, it feels like. And it's all very mesmerizing until you get to the end, or the interlude, which is very, very funky and just kind of pops up out of nowhere. Then we have the song Descending, which literally feels like you're descending. It's a instrumental. It's kind of a lo-fi sounding thing, which is absolutely beautiful sounding, simple drums. Then we have the song Lost, which is kind of like a peaceful shoegaze song. The lyrics are deep and full of sadness, describing a state of depression. The metaphors are deep, and the vocals fit the sparkling guitar and the rhythm very well. The bridge, it reminds me of Coldplay. But if they actually wrote like good music, I know that's a huge turnoff. and you just feel like Coldplay sucks, which, I mean, yeah, but like, just imagine if they wrote something that was worth listening to. I feel like this would be it. Just kind of, it just reminds me of it. Then we have the song Slave King, which has a pop punk vibe to it, which is kind of nice because the vocals and drums and everything's just very uplifting. About halfway through this album, which is really slow and sad, and not really in like a bad way, it's just the overall tone of this thing. And now we got something to kind of pick us up a little bit. The drums and the riff remind me a little bit of like The Clash, while the chorus reminds me of something a little bit more modern. Mariupol, I believe that's how it's pronounced, is another instrumental interlude. It sounds pretty cool. It's got some smooth drums and a plucky guitar. And then we have Stampede, which is really mellow, almost like a lo-fi style pulsing bass sort of song. It feels almost mysterious thanks to the soft-spoken vocals that are reminiscent. They're talking about yesterday is referred to a lot. It's definitely the gloomiest song on this album, probably my least favorite, mostly due to the monotony of all the sounds and its 6-minute and 59-second runtime. It just feels like it could have been 3 minutes shorter. Fear Night is definitely the heaviest song on this album. It brings me back to Sleep Token's earlier work in a couple ways. Makes it feel like this album comes full circle, but now it's finally reached the climax in terms of just overall playing of the instruments, in terms of the riff, the drums, and the synth. Everything feels like it's fully engaged now. The drums specifically in tone steal this whole freaking spotlight of this song, but everything else is there. The creativity on this track is basically next level compared to everything else. And every turn on this track is a surprise, which is nice because I feel like he's kind of settled in by the time you get to this closing track. You feel like he's kind of fallen into the formula. He's, just going through the motions, which works too because it fits the whole emotion of this album. Inertia, yet being full of different emotions, some of them are really deep and saddening, it is still kind of a peaceful experience. Ihor hopes that this will be listened to more than just background music, that people will pay attention to all the things he's doing in terms of just his vocal choices he's doing, more than the lyrics, even the musical stuff. And I completely agree. The depths of this record offers so much more when it's explored and you sit down and you really take it in. It's almost like the melodies and the rhythms all sound completely different with each listen, and the vocals, it's just, everything is completely enthralling. Every time I listen to this album, I find something new and something just sounds different. It's like, I don't remember this melody being this way. I don't remember this rhythm being as groovy. I don't remember these drums being as smooth. It's just, every time I listen to this, it just has something else to offer while not being like super over the top proggy, which I enjoy quite a bit. So with all that said, I gotta give Inertia by Super Pink Moon a 7.2 out of 10. But I want to know what you guys think. I know almost nobody's listened to this band because I think they only have like a couple hundred listens on Spotify. So go ahead and give this album a listen, especially if you're into something a little bit more chill, a little bit smoother. The weather's getting a little bit gloomy. Definitely fits that for sure. Let me know what you would rate it, what your favorite song is. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like. Doing that helps improve my chances of popping up on YouTube's algorithm so much. It keeps me in your recommended section on your YouTube feed. And if you want to help support me and my channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. I just got these fancy new stickers. Let's see if I can get to focus. These fancy new stickers right here. I could sell them, but I'm planning on doing like a giveaway, maybe on my, top 10 albums of the year, maybe even my worst albums of the year. I'll probably give away like 5 of them to just random commentators or commenters, and then I'll probably keep giving them away, maybe on like every New Music Friday. Like if you leave a comment, also shoot me a message on my Instagram and I'll go through and we will connect and my people will get a hold of your people. But I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about it yet. So I just think this is pretty cool. If you guys like these, let me know in the comments. If you have anything that you think I could change or do better, I plan on doing it on a shirt maybe one of these days. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for supporting me, especially in this year, which was kind of hard for me personally, moving and just a lot of life stuff happened. And I just appreciate you guys sticking with me. I know that these videos are kind of dying down towards the end of the year because, I mean, Super Pink Moon isn't that popular, but I'm trying to bring to light some of the smaller bands too. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Even though a lot of you probably haven't even heard of this band, I appreciate it more than you could ever imagine. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night, whenever you have been watching this, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
I was trying